We're going to start today and discuss a needs survey that you filled out for me. You circled that you work with middle school students with special needs. And three of the areas you chose that you wanted to work on was accommodating all students, differentiated instructional strategies, and effective teaching strategies, what you wanted to focus on.
Okay.
So I looked through several strategies that even Jennifer Baker had suggested that we use because it's been working with students in your age group.
Okay.
And it was this ChalkTalk. Have you ever used ChalkTalk? Familiar with ChalkTalk?
No.
What I like about ChalkTalk is that it's good for students who don't like to talk a lot because it's completely quiet. It's the chalking that's doing the talking. You'll put a topic or a question on the board or, some butcher block paper, and then they will come and just take the chalk or the marker and mark anything relevant to that subject.
Okay.
I've got some examples here. Let me show this to you. Can be used across the curriculum. I did one the other day that was on Africa. And I had some of the students that came up, continent, and then they take the chalk and go pass it to somebody who's got their hand up that wants to add something up. Lines, safari, tribes. I'm going to send you that video where you can look at it. You can see, I even had like Mikey Cagle put dry land. And I mean, that's pretty good for him. I don't know that we could have ever got that out of him.
That is true.
Verbally. He put Ebola up there with Africa. So it seemed like I was getting more out of those students using something like this. And it gives them time to think too, whereas when you verbally ask a question, they kind of feel put on the spot to come up with an answer, and they might get nervous, and then this way they kind of feel a little bit more confident.
Right.
And you slow it down as much as you need to, give them time, to reflect and think about their answers. This was in like social studies, geography. You can see you can do it in science. I had an example here, mammals, where this is some examples where they can come and just put everything they know about the mammal kingdom.
Okay.
You can do it in math.
Yeah.
For vocabulary. In grammar.
I could definitely use it in German.
Yeah. Because I know you're probably in y'all's grade, y'all going over all the parts of speech where they can even do, what it is and then examples of each of them, then even with the noun going into the concrete or abstract, and then from there. And the thing is, sometimes a student may put something that isn't correct up there, and you don't say anything, you use this when they're wanting to talk. But you could go up there and, just say they added action, and that's not it. Just come up here and put a question mark.
Right.
And then let them think, and then somebody may come and add, well, that's a verb.
Yeah. To change it.
Yeah. So I think it's a pretty good strategy to use. So after looking at the emails and all, I thought what you could try, and with your intervention class or some of the students that come in, I've got a lesson plan worked up for you to try, and then we'll meet back again like on Tuesday or Wednesday after you teach it on Africa.
Okay.
Here are their objectives. Be able to know the difference between a country and a continent. When I was doing mine, as a matter of fact, one of the students put up there with Africa, they went into the country. And then I had, it was actually Alex, of course Alex would know, went and kind of drew an X through it and put continent. So, there can be some teaching there. And what I liked about the ChalkTalk too, I I did a chalk talk to begin before we even went over the lesson with Africa. It kind of pre-assessed their knowledge.
Right.
I believe they had like 5 or 6 things up there, and then after we had the lesson, I put another chalk talk up there, and it was like triple the items that they were able
Yeah.
to put on there. So you can use it, you know, as a pre-assessment of knowledge, or you can use it to assess it at the end. So, looking over this, do you see, I think this would be something they would like to do.
Right.
There's a PowerPoint that goes along with it. There's some pictures. When you look over it, you'll see that just shows all the different landscapes of Africa that they're not familiar with. One of them you'll see was there's penguins, and you ask the students, are penguins in Africa? Well, you're probably going to have most of them say no, except for my student Alex, who knew that there were penguins in South Africa. And then you've got where they can label a map of Africa. I didn't have them do. You would probably use less countries since I'm doing high school. You know, pick, I don't know, 5 or 6 important ones.
Might just have them copy it.
Yeah, copy it, and I'd probably, you can have them label and then come back and choose the ones that you want to know that's kind of important. I kind of had this Sierra Leone and Liberia because we talked about that's where Ebola's coming from.
Right.
Kind of, you know, put it to modern day, why it's important. Somalia, they knew about the Black Hawk Down.
Right.
The Ivory Coast where the pirates were, they kind of tied some of the things, and Mandela in South Africa. So I just kind of picked out a few of the countries. You'd probably want to do less. How do you think kids like this?
I think they would. They've been studying about the United States, like in geography. My 6th grade has, so they're branching out now. So
Yeah, and we could get one up on the United States too. One of the areas, if it's the southeast area or however they're doing it. I saw out in the hall, as a matter of fact, somebody on this hallway must be using ChalkTalk because it's that one that says the Renaissance. Did you see what's all out there using?
Megan.
Yeah, Megan using the Renaissance. Anything else? I think it's just a good way to get some of those quiet students or those that lack confidence, because instead of, you know, them talking, they feel a little bit more confident going to the board. You know, and all kids like right on the board.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I let them know ahead of time that don't worry about spelling.
Right.
You know, don't worry about spelling. You just go put what you think is about that topic, what comes to your mind about that topic. So, I think we can try that, and then we'll meet back again
Sounds good.
in the middle of the week. All right, thank you.